Bon Apple Tea. What's up, guys? So remember on the other channel, I always say happy whatever day it is. Shout out to DFW. You know what it is. This is actually my second channel. So if you follow me on the Lincoln Coin Lab, you'll know that I actually gained subscribers by uploading coins and actually hit the milestone of being able to go live. So this is actually my first live on this actual channel, and we are going to have fun today. If you're just now joining, you are able to call in, which is 305 3760840, or send me an actual text. We'll go over the top five topics when it comes to the coin industry, and also the top Lincoln coins, the top four Lincoln coins that is worth over millions of dollars. So if you do follow me on Lucretia Brown, thank you definitely for heading over to this channel and showing some love for my first live. So definitely, and of course, you guys may recognize these gloves from my other channel. We want to not degrade, but definitely level up. So this is my first live on this channel, and I am actually celebrating. I was actually thinking about like some words that can kind of fluctuate with what I actually do on the channel. So I do a little bit of everything as far as speaking, but then I also showcase these coins here that I collect. So if you do know, I was able to get to 50 subscribers and unlock the feature. And we'll be showcasing the models 0701 to 0750. We have these Lincoln coins, and as you can see, I use these coin slabs, which is a clear part that you see. They're available on eBay, guys. They're available on eBay. I am going to warm up here, and I like to do like a slight disclaimer. My name is Lucretia Brown, aka the Lincoln Coin Lab. If you follow me, you know you know. I have multiple YouTube channels that I would like to level up. So this is actually my first live on this channel. And I actually, on my other channel, we want to keep them separate actually. And we want to go into like these pre-cut model labels. So I teach on my channel how to go from 0 to 100 when it comes to social media, the importance of using the blockchain, cryptocurrency related platforms that NGC, PCGS actually implemented AI, and you can get those coins graded just by simply using Whatnot or CoinIn. So we did talk about the importance of actually making sure that you're on the right platforms. TikTok and Facebook are not Um, blockchain applications that have been implemented by NGC PCGS. If you know, you know, those are the top grading companies. But we want to dig into the question that I actually always get. Don't worry, I have my cotton gloves. These should be recognized. We celebrating here. I can't play any background music because of copyright. But we're gonna start this and break the actual ice. Let me know who you are in the comments, and we'll actually research some coins that you may have in question. On my other channel, someone hit between $500 to $30,000 for like I think a 1959 coin. So that was a jackpot. So here we go. Here's a list of Lincoln cents or pennies that are extremely valuable, with some having for over 1 million at an auction due to rarity, errors, or historical significance. So if you do know, we're looking for those rare pennies to reconcile a misprint, you know, in production or in process. So that's mainly what we're looking here. Now, you may run into other large YouTube channels, but on here you'll see that I started using these pre-cut model labels, and they play a valuable. Thank you guys for helping me to get to 50 subscribers to go live on this on my other social media YouTube channel, which is named Anonymous Nerd with the double D. So we're gonna go ahead and hop in. Hopefully you guys subscribe. Do not hide behind the channel on this. We definitely are developing an actual community, so definitely subscribe. If I meet your needs, I always give a disclaimer. So moving right along, we have the Lincoln Cents worth 1 million or more. There's the top four, and then we also have a little bit that's kind of running behind it, um, and training pretty much. But here's the first coin. They're pretty much the top number one coin will be the 1943 D bronze Lincoln cent. Estimated value about 1.7 million. Last auction in 2010. Now the 1943 D bronze was made of zinc coated steel due to World War II. Of course, you know a little bit about history. Uh, Due to copper shortages, this was mistakenly struck on a brush plastic. Excuse me, I cannot talk, but we're gonna warm up here. Thank you guys for celebrating my first live on this channel, guys. Like I say, I love Threats Leche, so if we reach 500 subscribers, we'll definitely celebrate together. But back to those top Lincoln cents that's worth 1 million, guys. The 1943 is estimated about 1.7. The rarity of the coin is only one confirmed to exist from the Denver Mint. So we're looking for that rare coin, guys, and I do talk about Google Chrome, which is a product of Google, of course, and the actual workspace and what you can actually do if you don't have access to Micro 365. But the 19D bronze Lincoln cent 1.7 million, only one confirmed. And we're moving right along. The second in line is the 1943 S bronze Lincoln cent. Estimated up to like 1 million. Like the 1943D, it was mistakenly struck on a bronze plastic. The rarity estimated only 6 known, guys. So you can use Google Chrome um, to upload a visual of your coin and ask Google Chrome to identify what is actually in the picture. There are blockchain manager. You do follow me on Lucretia Brown. You'll see that we go more into detail and ask questions in the comments and about specific coins. Sometimes we hit the jackpot and sometimes we need to move forward. But that 1943 S bronze is second in line, guys, for TWI, which I call TW Tinny Winnie information, right? So you know it's like too much information, but we got teeny weeny information. So second in line is at 1943 Esbron. Thank you for celebrating my first live on this channel. So moving right along, the third is 1943. The most questions that I get asked is how to actually get my coins graded, or if they are they worth it, and that's where I actually step in. And research those. Any questions, drop it in the comments, definitely. But that's where I come in on this live. We actually answer questions live on or head on, and we can actually kill that curiosity and go ahead and move forward with the next process. We're getting the coins graded. So the third in line is the 1943 bronze Philadelphia Mint Lincoln cent. Estimated value is about 300,000 to 1 million, depending on the condition, guys. So what I am going over is answering the top questions. That's how I usually start out the live, so that if you stay along and actually subscribe and want to know what I actually do, I did check out other subscribers on my channel, and I seen that they had little to no subscribers, little to no content. And so my whole goal here, one of the goals that we have on this channel, on each channel actually, is that we help to develop a community that supports one another. So um definitely drop a comment, guys, and thank you for celebrating my first live. But we'll talk about a little bit of what we can do together. Because I did go in and I actually liked and engaged with some of my subscribers that's in the community, and I seen that they only had like so many subscribers, not even to meet that milestone to go live to get the watch hours and stuff like that. So if this channel actually has the same ratio, then you will see that I'll only get better. So the more lives that I actually do, it's almost like taking calls, but we want to keep the people in queue so that they actually identify how they can strengthen their social media platform. If you are interested, definitely stay tuned in. Right now, we're going breaking in the ice. We're breaking the ice with the questions: is this coin valuable? So definitely drop the year and the coin that you're interested in. So third in place will be the 1943 bronze Philadelphia Mint Lincoln Cent, estimated value about 300,000 to 1 million. It's like the bronze cent, but it's extremely rare and valuable. There's only about 10 to 15 known, so definitely you'll know that I collect mint roll sets. I share with you guys this. What's different about this channel is that I actually give you the opportunity to take a closer look by creating these shorts, by going live, and extremely getting down to the nitty gritty. So the fourth and final top coin as of now, we do have the 1998 to 2000s. Coin collectors are looking for proof sets, which actually increase the value of the the product or the coins. But the fourth in line is the 1958 double die. I didn't go over the 1943 bronze. That's the last. And it's extremely rare, about 10 to 15. And then you have lastly the 1958 double die obverse, about 1.1 million. Now, you're looking for the doubling on the Liberty and In God We Trust. So on this channel, I don't actually continuously pop the cornrow sets because I have to simultaneously upload those coins that I showcase individually. So you'll go and see a playlist. It may have a vibe, like some good music as you clean or as you cook, and take and get knowledge of what's going on in the coin industry. Like I said, I have um actual degree in logistics and supply chain management. So, but those are the four coins that you're looking for. And then the most honorable mentions also would be the 1969 S double dial verse 75 to 200 plus, 200,000 plus. These coins that we're actually looking at is that we're searching for started about like the value of a 100, and then goes $100 up to 200,000. So you see that we don't get it's under a million. But moving right along, the 1972 double die up verse, the 1983 double die up verse, and then the 19 close AM. And we did validate what does closed AM and wide AM. That's just the American word that it says America on the actual coin, and wide and closed depending on how close the actual A and M is together or actual apart. So I just want to start off as a disclaimer. I upload my personal coin collection as an activity, and you guys actually got me to where I can go live. This is my first time live on this channel. So hopefully we can get, someone in. I don't know if it's the actual time that I went live, or but I wanted to celebrate with you guys. But definitely subscribe to this channel if I meet your needs. Um so yeah, but we're gonna go ahead and put on my cotton gloves. I like to actually showcase. I'm cooking some chicken. I was thinking about like some boiled eggs and spinach, but it kind of got a little bit too far. I don't know if people, in the family will like to have that for dinner. But we talk about a little bit of everything. And if you just hang in there, subscribe, you'll actually see what I do. Especially if I check out the description, if I check out my subscribers on this channel and see that you guys are not doing what you're supposed to do, I'm definitely going to shout you guys out, and one by one, because we got to get those channels up and running, and that's one of our missions on this channel, is to get um, new content or old content creators that probably just threw in the towel, get you to that next milestone of going live. Okay. um, but we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Ask any questions that you may have in the comments. Today is Monday, so I went live on my other channel, guys. I think it was probably like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I stayed on live for like about 2 or 3 hours. So I wanted to see how this channel actually reacts. We're going over the models 0701 through 0750. You may ask, why the model labels, and why am I the first channel that actually implemented the pre-cut model labels? Now, I know that with advertisement or suggestion or something, you don't take someone serious unless they're selling you something. But why these pre-cut model labels? It got me to 50 subscribers and hundreds and hundreds and thousands, 100,000s of views on YouTube, which was my first time. So I checked out my other subscribers on my other channel, and they wasn't doing really good with social media. So we definitely going to get into it. But if you're an expert, definitely drop a comment. And I was going to do something different, so you may see me actually turn the camera around, and I just want to see if I have more action in the community, like in the comments. So, but yeah, we have the chicken in the oven. If you don't know, you can go to Albertsons, and they have buy one get two free. So that means if you get like six, you'll be paying probably like about 20 something dollars for 6 packs of meat. So that's something um that I actually root for. Going to Albertsons and getting that beautiful deal. If you're out here in DF I'm sorry. Shout out to DF for having the hardest working people in the community. We definitely talk about adventures and what I do on Facebook. This may be a long introductory, but what I do on Facebook is that I take people around DF by simply posting that I'm in different cities. So there's about 213 cities in DF Dallas Fort Worth area, and then 13 counties. So you'll see where I actually post a model number. Um, and this is just simply these model labels. We don't want to get them mixed up, so I think we need to put those back over there. But yeah, if you follow me on Facebook, my name is Lucretia Brown on Facebook. You'll see a black, white, and yellow duck with my number 305-376-0840. By the way, you can text me anytime. The number again is 305-376-0840, guys. The lines are actually open, and you can actually text me at any time with any question that you may have. Reasonable question is and serious question, okay? So me dealing with the lives, I feel like it's almost like taking calls or something like that. And so when we see about 15 to 17, this is why you want to follow this channel, because I give out some real information, no BS. But we want to see, check out the subscribers, hit them up in the comments, and see where they are in their journey and what drives them each and every day, guys. So I started out with like 5 channels. I was uploading to 5 channels. Yeah, 5 channels. And then I seen after I ran the pilot, I seen that 3 channels was getting attraction without me even posting on the actual channel each and every day. I mean, weeks would go by and I was getting like about 4 to 5. That's what you want. That's more related to what I do. Like I always say, if you're building a foundation, all the ideas to circulate that foundation and build upon that foundation. Um, so, but yeah, I have 3 channels, and when I say on autopilot, guys, I will teach you what I know. We work together and go with what we don't know to level up. That's pretty much the game. But yeah, I have 3 channels. This is my first live. Typically, I may not get in front of a amount of people, but if you can show some love, no pressure, just subscribe to this channel and I can show you more of what I actually do um on social media, and we'll learn together. But I didn't see any large subscribe I didn't see any large content creators subscribing to my other channel. So that gives me a feel, even though you guys may not comment, that gives me a feel of what I need to actually implement on my lives. So I have under 10, I've gone live under 10 times, but we want to make it to where it's on a constant basis and I'm learning the algorithm. When I say learning the algorithm, we're not talking about beating down people's doors or nothing like that. We're talking about simply getting my live in front of thousands of people. So this is my first live, guys, and I'm warming up. I usually am a jokey person and stuff like that, but with these lives and posting and stuff, you kind of get the seriousness, because in the next 5 or 10 years, not only have I started creating content that I can do literally from anywhere, I also sell life insurance, and we talk about like MLMs and the conspiracy around them, uh, which is, I don't get it, but we'll move right along. I go live on Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. This is an actual part-time job, guys, that I don't get paid for, but in the next couple of years or something, hopefully we can get more experience going lives, learn our trigger words, what people want to hear and what people need to hear, and actually retain people on the live for a split second, at least for about a minute. But maybe everyone is at work. We're gonna go and circle back around on my other channel and see where we end up. So there's that lovely 2001. I will turn the camera around on this live, so we're not just gonna be going over boring coins and stuff like that. It's more of a visual. Some people say, "Oh, that's a visual. That's a visual. That is so corny." You don't say that when celebrities do visuals for their actual upcoming release tracks or something like that, you know? So, but I smell that sweet chicken there that I got from Albertsons, and we're gonna have a little bit of breakfast. Chicken baked, boneless chicken with some eggs and maybe some toast. Um, so you'll see where I actually, kind of multitasking, but I had to I wasn't ready to do a live like I usually be litty, cracking jokes and stuff. We're gonna actually warm up, and we're gonna actually warm up here. But you gotta be pretty serious being a content creator. We talk about like the downs, you're not making no money and stuff, but if you hit hard in about like 6 months, you're doing lives, lives, lives. Once you get to that milestone, I promise you those watch hours and it's gonna add up, guys. So here's a 2022. It seemed cliche, because it's like I wouldn't attend nobody live if they just trying to get me to do better on social media, right? There's that actual shield, but like I said, you may hear the seriousness in my voice, like a lower tone, because going scheduling these lives, monitoring the actual family, and just about almost needing like 8 legs. This is what you actually get, guys. But you will, if you do subscribe, you'll see where, we have fun on this channel. This is my first live. Nobody's really staying on, but it's completely fine. We want to kind of warm up this channel and kind of get the ball rolling. So simply the first live on the channel, after reaching that milestone of 50 subscribers, you will actually start getting more views. And as you can tell by the title, I actually use the help of AI. If you want to start a channel, do not actually exempt AI titles, guys. And that's what's going to get you subscribers as well. That's going to get you in front of people, and that's what you want. You don't have to necessarily pay to create funnels, pay to get your website. And that's where what I do. I actually joined a MLM. Oh no, it's not a scam. I joined the MLM, and it's about selling life and health insurance. And so I wanted the big change in my life to be in the next 5 to 10 years, where I'm running online platforms without paying and overthrowing my budget. So that's why you see the actual Lincoln coins. Mainly, as the top, I'm not going to tell you guys that because we're working on our skill set, and I have experience, but I'm a little bit of rusty. But we are definitely live. But here's the 1972, guys, and there's the memorial. I'm not gonna let things come about. So, but there's the 2016. We're not gonna spend very long on this channel. We just want to break the ice. There's the actual shield. Um, and we talk about the pre-cut model labels, guys. If you follow me on Facebook, like I said, my number is 305-376-0840. But if you follow me on Facebook, you'll see where I create funnels, a pop-up store. My overhead is about $30 a month, and it's actually built my net worth. So some of your net worth is actually coming from insurance, whether there's life insurance or whether um it's just simply something you need to do to pay for to protect yourself. We're gonna give this another go. I may be pushing myself a little bit over the edge, but I was excited to go live for the first time and see how it does. So I think I've counted probably about 13, about 25. So we may get about 25 to 100 views, but we're gonna keep on going. Can't nobody hold me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Broken glass everywhere. And that was Maze and P. Diddy. I know P. Diddy on the line and stuff like that, but childhood memories still go about. And we're gonna kind of go. I'm gonna try to keep to my word. We're gonna kind of go through these actual coin sets, and then we're gonna turn the camera around and see if we get like a different reaction and stuff like that. There's the memorial, guys, because I know Lincoln Pennies. You may get some guys that's actually popping the seal on each coin set, but what's different about this channel is that I upload shorts and got to 50 subscribers real quick and got like over 100,000 views. I have like 3 channels and stuff, so that's definitely what we want to look at, guys. The credibility, research hours. Drop a comment and definitely I'll research anything that you would like to research, as long as it's appropriate to YouTube. And if it's hidden, I still will read out the comments. So, but here's a 1996. I've never been on live, like and shown my face. On my other channel, you kind of just get these gloves and questions answered in the comments. But there's that memorial, guys. Like I said, we over here cooking, multitasking. We cooking chicken. Get a good deal at Albertsons. Buy one, get two for free. that is a absolutely still and a lifesaver for many families. There's unlimited amount, a minute, unlimited quantity that you can actually reap from Albertsons. And save you some coins. Why go to Wally World or some other store, grocery store, when Albertsons has buy one get two for free, and that's like Arby's. We have the meats. So Arby's is really good. They had these the actual chicken sandwich with the mozzarella sticks, and it was for like $6, guys. I was turning it up with a cocktail sauce. So hopefully that's a company that may not actually go out of business, because I'm still enjoying them. I'm still enjoying them sticking around. So, but there's that 1987. You may actually look at these coins and be like, hey, can you feature quarters and stuff like that, or nickels? Yes, I actually feature quarters and nickels. If you follow me on my other YouTube channel, Lucretia Brown, I've already showcased some. I feature them mainly when I'm on vacation or away from my office. That's where you see I post like quarters and nickels. But guys, I tapped into the Lincoln world for so many reasons. Um, and I will share those reasons with you. One, the guy took his family out of bankruptcy just with words alone, legendary. And two, I didn't really have much money with going into showcasing my coin collection, and I needed inventory. May sound like a cheapskate, but guys, I am not rich. As a disclaimer, I just showcased my personal coin collection. Now, we vividly stock in the 1943. If you just now joining, you missed the top four coins that are going for millions off top, guys. No question in mind. But but yeah, so here's that 2013. It makes me say, roll that beautiful bean, guys. It was an old commercial. Maybe you can determine I'm only 16, but we have these beautiful coins that people actually get. I think a guy in the community actually cashed out between 500 to like 5,000. I researched it, got him going, and he's going to go ahead and get that coin graded. And we was talking about like blockchains and crypto, how it relate to investing in cryptocurrency. If you're using apps like eBay and whatnot, they was actually generated by the help of NGC and NGCS. I hope I'm saying it right. I didn't want to butcher, um and I always say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because some words can cause anxiety. But those companies actually help to integrate apps that you can actually receive a certification or a token online. So I think Coinin, I have not used them. I believe the best things in life are free. So I actually shown that on my other channel how to get up and out of that weakness of not posting, and also using these AI generated platforms, and knowing the difference if it's Google services partnership. So um, when people use Google Chrome, they're more than likely to see some of your content, whether you're doing eBay, pin interest, and YouTube, of course. 90% globally, worldwide, people use Google. Bing, Yahoo, that's at 1.5% now. So they have dropped significantly, but of course we know Google hopefully will be around forever, guys, especially with their products and goods and services. But there's that beautiful 2013. I smell that beautiful chicken. So we're gonna go ahead and check it out. But before leaving, if I meet your needs, definitely hit the subscribe button. But we're gonna go check out the chicken. I'm just testing out how this actual live goes. I don't know how far I can get, but I will be back. You can hit the phone lines by texting 305-376-0840. We are gonna talk about more what my goals are. We're going to talk about more of what my goals are to get uh to get them accomplished. So this chicken is cooking a little bit fast. I'm just gonna flip that over so I can get it even. This one gonna be alright, so we can actually do that. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and flip the camera around. You guys give me good feedback about what I can actually implement. Now I am on a budget, so I ask that you be very very open and we'll give it a try, guys. But we're gonna go ahead and take this from the business office. To actually turning the camera around. So there we go. Hello, you guys. So this is my first live with actually showing my face. I told you guys it's gonna be scary. You're gonna want to leave and stuff. But hopefully you guys can hear me. Here's my actual mic. It's blinking red, but oh, okay. I think I did something wrong. There we go. So that's why it's blinking red. That's why it's actually blinking red, guys. But here's a scoop. I will show you the chicken that I actually did. I got it from like Albertsons. I don't wear makeup as a disclaimer, so just definitely roast me in the comments. I already look forward to it. But I don't wear any makeup because you see my actual moles and stuff. So, yeah, your girl's 16, you feel me? But we're going to see if it makes a difference if I'm on camera or actually off of camera. I think, yeah, you guys should be actually hearing me. But we was talking about the 1943 coins. AI is getting real big, even Google. And when I first started my channel, I think I got like a negative reaction. Everybody's like, this is fake for the people that's been following me for a while. But with AI, you need to know if it's SEO or AI driven. And so if you're using social media platforms to build a brand for yourself, we talk about like sole proprietorship and LLCs. We talk about just a little bit about everything. But the concept is that Facebook and TikTok, they're not Google goods or services, and so they only have vocabulary that's circulated within the actual app, and their AI SEO. So I can tell you guys that we meet like every Saturday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So I'm with our infinite company, and what I wanted to do was get a mad website, guys, right? I wanted a website because I wanted to create a free funnel on Facebook. So I said, okay, well, I can start off by doing coins, right? I was like, okay, and I talk about that on my other channel, Lucretia Brown, aka the Lincoln Coin Lab. And it started out with like I don't think it's gonna work until me going to sleep and having a vision, right? And so that's where you guys helped me get to like 50 subscribers. But we talk about blockchain, and if you only have a budget, let's say a budget, I don't know what anyone's budget is, but you get a pop-up store, you don't have to pay for your website, and the whole thing is about an MLM being like a scheme or something like that. But people go to work every day and have like a supervisor or a manager. It's the same thing, but it's more like self-paced. And so you see me actually going from like old school, from like going door to door and stuff, and actually trying to take this online, guys. So definitely support this channel. I'm cooking right now. Somehow the actual the meat is cooking unexpectedly fast, right? But I got the oven on like 350, and that's pretty cool. We're gonna go ahead and slide this. You guys see the, well, that's actually what is that? Uh, I am old, guys, but you guys actually see the edge control. So that's a little bit of gray, but you guys see the edge control. But I'm finally on camera. I thought I had to wear makeup and stuff, but you guys are being pretty nice. I've never been a makeup girl, but yeah, that was crazy, man. And we actually went over some pointers that was like an actual lie about schemes and stuff like that. So this company that I just started with has been in the making ever since like 2018. And so with my first time, I think I went with ACN. They talk about ACN has a scam and stuff like that. But what you don't see is the snowball effect. You have to work at it. And I think being on social media is like faster than going door to door because we know we're gonna make them sales. We know that it's gonna be webinars and we start making really good money, thousands and thousands of residual income. And that's what we talked about, using Google products and making sure that it's going to show on Google Chrome. So eBay, Etsy, Pinterest, those are some of the blockchain apps that you want to use. So I thought of, I struggle with actually saying, okay, I'm going to use my name. No, I'm going to use a company name. No, I need an LLC. And they got me to like 5 years of actually not knowing what to do, being confused. And I think to solve that to bring a resolution for me, I think it was like LLC, your social security number still is going to be connected. And you may have, and you, in this case, I have insurance. So my net worth is went up. I think the insurance is worth 1.2. So I can actually write an article about myself and I'll show you guys how to use Google Workspace to create articles, get those actual Cuban links, right? So you got your YouTube channel. You can, if you follow me on Facebook, you'll see like my number 305-376-0840. And that's the actual logo. It was from a stock image from Google. And so I went with that. I don't think no one's using that, and that's what you want to look for. But them controllers are gonna whoop your ass, man. I'm telling you, them controllers are gonna whoop your ass. Snapchat just got like they ass whoop for not making a disclaimer available for people, for the children and stuff like that. So we talk about like NSF, National Science Foundation, to get started. They give like 306,000. And what you do is like pitch a little short pitch. We talked about Chat GPT, right? I'm giving you guys a scoop. Chat GPT, create them titles and create a proposal potentially to submit. Now, I think one of the fascinating things that about it is that you get to be almost the next Bill Gates or some of the. I know Bill Gates is the top. I went to like the wax museum, so it was pretty cool. But we definitely gonna put on a hat. We're gonna put out, I don't know, you get in your 30s and stuff and then you just kind of put on hats and stuff. But I guess it's gonna be the results of my live. I thought people was gonna be like roasting me and stuff like that, but it's not that hard. It's not that bad. I see some people actually get on like around 11 o'clock and they spend the whole live going back and forth with people that's posting or joining a live, right? And it's a lot of profanity and it's a lot of like nonsense. So I can't talk about nobody, but I just feel like, we celebrating real big. This is my first time going live, being able to go live on this channel. I fought hard, guys, for Numa's Nerd. So I put a double D. So what you want if you are attempting to do social media, use YouTube, Google services, of course, and what you want to do is build your brand. So if you go to my eBay or you start in my Facebook account, you click one of the links, it's gonna take you to my eBay account. It's under Lucretia Brown. So you'll see I have a YouTube channel called Lucretia Brown because we're not finna spend all that time trying to build up, register LLC, do all those steps, and at the end of the day, it's very simple. As a sole proprietor, a grant We talk about the NSF and how to implement with paying yourself first. I think it's about 10%. And you want to run them taxes, or if you are in real estate, or if you are paying for one home, that's what you want to actually do, to make a deductible, to generate deductibles and get some of that knocked off. We did also talk about if you make 180,000, have children that's under 18 years old, you want to go ahead and mark 40,000 each child that you pay, because that's the deductible. So that means that you owe no taxes potentially. I don't know. I helped one of my clients actually save over $80,000, guys. Just with that alone. I also help people and content creators. So on my other channel, I actually stayed up a little bit longer that night, last night. And we went live. It was lit. If you caught it, you caught it. If you haven't, we're gonna do the same thing on this channel, but we're gonna actually show our face on this channel. I never got to actually being live, but what we was talking about was a multitude of things like the credit card companies and stuff like that. Some that actually helped me. If you're in debt, you don't owe as much as you think you do, right? So, but yeah, I just thought I'd go live, and you'll see on this channel where what you want, like, it's so cool, right? So we talk about residual income, guys. The MLM cannot be residual income and a freaking scam, okay? I am not here to scam you. I give out my government name, and I think that the most fascinating part is that you get like a free you get free 30-day pre-licensing courses. You get a free website, and I'll show you guys how to funnel that on Facebook for free. And we talked about a pop-up store, but you get like CRM, which is customer relation management. It's only $125 to hop in, and then the overhead is only like $30. And what you get, like when you're driving down the street or something, you may see State Farm auto insurance, you may see, but you don't see like a setup for life and health insurance most of the time. But you'll see a pop-up, and you'll see maybe Andy, I'm just making up a name, Andy Griffin or something like that. Those are those MLM guys. So it's not a scam. And if you follow me on Facebook, you'll see where I actually take you guys around DF Dub, right? Shout out to DF Dub for having the hardest working people in the community. You already know what it is. I'm representing. I'm not a game banger. I like the color of the rainbow, but lollipop. I love, of course, if you know, you know. But yeah, we want to go more into the conspiracy theory and get you guys. I'm going to check you guys out. If you subscribe today, I'm definitely going to check you out. I'm going to show some love. I run 3 other channels and stuff. I post about 5 to 10 days. So I had to correct a mistake that I was actually doing. So I was posting on YouTube, and then I would go on Facebook, and you got to take your notes, okay? So I'm an iPhone lover. You guys may drop off, but I'm an iPhone lover, and I put it in the notes. And so where you see on Facebook, you're not seeing me changing up some. Now you'll see like the era, the modern number series and stuff like that, but you pretty don't see me switching up. I'm not going to switch up, guys. This is what's going to take me to another level, guys. And you guys will be a part of that journey. But we still have these coins. I'm just cooking. And I like the fact that I'm able to get on camera for the first time. I do know, like, as a first time content creator, it was very hard to see what I'm going to post, because I was only, you can't hire a whole cast and crew, can you? I can't afford a whole cast and crew. So, I mean, it's either do what I do, you know, or these pre-cut modern labels. And the trick to marketing is that I sit in front of the TV each and every day, right? Or not each and every day, but when I sit in front of the TV or maybe be on social media, there's advertisements, there's people not advertising that should be advertising if they are posting. And you get this pool of people that subscribes to your channel is not doing nothing because they stuck. They want to have a casting crew. They can't catch it because nobody's around. And that's where it takes like 5 years. Some people have their accounts for 7 years and haven't posted. I'm one of those people. So, but yeah, we're waiting on the actual chicken. Uh, and we're gonna go from there. But I totally missed breakfast, but we not gonna trip on that. We're not gonna trip on that. I need to lose some weight anyway. But I heard the older that you actually get, the bigger you get. No matter what you do. But some people have those genes, though. I just don't have those genes, man. I just don't have those genes, you know. But yeah, it's pretty cool on this live. Ain't nobody commenting real bad or nothing. But this is the Numa's Nerd with the double D. And like I said, follow me on Facebook and you'll see what I actually do. I don't have to do, I can post ever since I changed. That's what we was talking about. So I went from like posting on YouTube, going to my notes, then posting on Facebook, getting my notes good on Facebook, then go back to the YouTube and post the actual do a post. So you have a post, and then you have like an actual short, and then of course you have that milestone. So there's different milestones that I'm actually going to be actually accomplishing with you guys here on this live. Hopefully we grow as a community, as a family, and hey, you may see me live on this channel like 2 or 3 times, man. You know, because I think that I never had a blessing that was answered inside of me, guys. And yeah, you see the missing tooth, they break open on you, man. I think I was eating Wendy's and stuff, and I was just like munching down and everything. And boy, the tooth had popped open. And I don't know who can get a root canal, but I do know a woman that got a root canal and she smelled lovely. Okay, but that's not the case. I'm really scared of the dentist, and also I'm on a budget. So if they can't put me all the way to sleep, then I don't want it. I really don't want it though. But yeah, we're just waiting on the chicken. I'm not really all that hungry, especially once I start working. And you don't make no money at the first time, but if you like keep posting and keep posting, keep posting, keep posting, keep posting, and I'm trying to get up to like 500 subscribers, of course. That's my next milestone, and then 300 watch hours. Yeah, 300 watch hours. So I'm not in no big rush, but it definitely takes some planning, man. It takes a lot of planning, especially if you have, you know, children or something like that. It takes some planning, and I work a part-time job too, so I'm a little bit like here or there. I try to make sure I manage my time so that my visions will come true. And that's where we stay positive. I'm not getting any feedbacks. It's kind of scary for not getting like any comments or nothing like that. Um, but look, here's that chicken, guys. Uh-oh. Well, maybe I should turn it around. But that's the chicken. Buy two and buy one get two free at Albertsons if you're out here in DFW. But there's that chicken, guys. We don't want to overcook it, so we're just gonna go ahead and put it back in the oven and then turn the oven off. For I think they call it lazy Susie or some stuff like that when you do stuff like that. Um, but yeah. I'm turn that off, guys. Thank you. If you stand here with me, I don't know how it would go. Yeah, typically on my other channel, um, ever since I stopped like doing that, so what I stopped doing was going back and forth trying to post 5 videos a day and going from YouTube, Facebook, back to YouTube, YouTube, Facebook, back to YouTube. So what I discovered, I stepped away last night and I thought about it because I tried something different. I actually tried whatever I'm gonna post on YouTube, 5 videos. Like I say, you can take a personal close-up look. Definitely love the support and encouragement. But instead of like going back and forth and all that, I said from dealing with YouTube, I'm going to deal with YouTube for about an hour. It take about an hour to post like 5 videos and actually do 5 posts. But yeah, so it actually I increase how many times I can upload. I increase how many times I can upload now. So I upload like 5 to 10 instead of only 5, because I was confusing the hell out of myself. But check out my bags. There's nothing that you can actually do with these bags. I Throughout the years, I've been having them ever since I was in elementary, and it was my great grandmother. uh yeah, my great grandmother, she actually had bags and stuff like that. I mean, she was dark up under the eyes, so it's hereditary. These moles actually come from my great grandmother on my dad's side, and then this is my dad's nose. So you know, if somebody hit you in the nose and it's your daddy nose, you're gonna be pretty upset, right? But yeah, we're gonna get back to the coins. I think that's pretty much. I'm not really hungry right now. I was eating Subway for a while. Let me see how that worked. I was eating Subway for a while, and it lowered my high blood pressure and cholesterol, guys. That's a new introduction. If you haven't hit your 30s yet, best believe high blood pressure and cholesterol is on its way, especially dealing with that fried chicken. That fried chicken will give you high blood pressure and cholesterol. So I just took another way to get my vegetables in, start going to Subway, motherfucking ass, and that's it, man. So you guys just seen the chicken. Live, buy one get two for free, guys. I don't really mess with the pork, but to each their own. Like I said, it's 8.2 billion people in the world, so it's 8.2 beliefs. So I try to be respectful, but it seems like that people are saying that I'm doing that part wrong, that I need to be using profanity and doing all that stuff. So, but I'm not innocent either. Okay, I'm not innocent either, um, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead. I can't do like no music. Now, if you see the guys doing music in the background and stuff like that, that's more than likely getting copyright. And I'm not finna get copyright. I'm sorry, but I do like I say like take you out, close it out or something like that. But yeah, thank you guys for your support and for the subscribers. Most definitely. It just became available, but we have a couple of views. I think it's the time that I'm actually going live. But thank you guys for tuning in. And thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. So, all right. We're going to take a little debrief. I'm not trying to keep you here, but if you have to drop off, just hit the subscribe button. I'm going to check out your actual channels. I'm telling you, I'm going to put you on blast. This is my first time going live, but when I have access to subscribers, I'm going to call you guys out one by one. We need you guys on here, and we need you guys setting your goals. So I'm a true believer in that. I'm a true believer in that. So, what is your name? Who's the only one that's watching my live? Thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for watching my live. I'll probably end up deleting this actual video because I'm not comfortable. First of all, I got this stand, right? I have this stand that I got from like Wally World. If you don't know, Wally World is Walmart. And I got the stand, and this is the only angle that I can actually do. So if you see my lives and stuff, they're gonna be like this. I don't have no other choice. But we do have this one. But it doesn't see. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with this thing. Wily World, I don't know. Forget it. I don't even care. I just hold it like this. That's the best way I can hold it, guys. But yeah, I don't think I really do politics and religion. Those are two most sensitive subjects. And it wouldn't actually display my belief about like how many religions I think there are. Last time I checked, it's like 8.2 billion people in the world. So I don't really mess with the pork, and I'm just now actually doing this live, face to face. I was like doing henna and stuff like that, but with my thin eyebrows, guys, absolutely and no sir, no sir. So I just leave them like it is and put like a little bit of eye pencil on there sometimes. I don't wear like foundation or nothing. And you see my teeth, they actually like look at that. All right. So yeah, but I'm not worried about it. I think someone mentioned about people losing their teeth right off, when you get a certain age. But it was just a Wendy's burger, and I was trying to eat, and it just said "pow" right, two of my teeth, "pow pow." My papa told me that shit, that it was gonna be some fucked up shit happen like that, but I didn't understand what he was saying. My papa ain't got no teeth, right? So he was like, "Oh, your teeth are just gonna bust open." I was like, "Oh, for real? They just gonna bust open?" But yeah, this is the only way I can do it, guys. Unless we're gonna be at an angle like that, this is the only way I can actually do it. So, but yeah, I'm not getting any thing in the comments. So hopefully you guys come, and I see one person been with me for a while. Thank you for so much for your support. Um, I usually crack jokes on myself. I think that's the most strongest thing that I admire about myself. Um, but yeah, it may seem like I have low self-esteem and stuff, but I'm just chilling. I had to take a little bit of nap and stuff because I'm posting, 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 and I think that's the only difference of you actually becoming big, a big YouTuber, because a lot of people struggle because I think that they want to be star in movies, and if they want to star in movies, why not be on these social media platforms doing skits? So we do talk about SAG ACTRA. Out here in DF Dub, I think Claudius is for Latin. Claudius. Only thing you have to do is just send them an email with your resume. And since most people are doing content creation, even if they haven't hit one milestone, it's something to think about. So when I first got on social media, I was like, it seemed like everybody was down. It was a lot of mess, and I was like, this guy didn't create this platform for all this. So I was like, oh, let me do some. And I started posting on everybody's stuff on Facebook, like happy what day every day it is and stuff. And now they're saying it on the news. They saying it on the radio. So that was real special to me, being my first time. Uh, well, sometimes you just answer yourself. I don't know. People call that like freaking insane, but you just answer yourself, you know. Um, but by now on my other channel, I think I would have had probably like about 30 to 40 people tuning in and stuff like that. But we only going to get better. It's almost like you taking live calls if you ever work for a technical group where you answering like high clientele questions and stuff like that. It's the same difference. So maybe I need to scale it down. I'm not going to be like comment or something like that. No pressure, no pressure in subscribing, but I think that I'm only gonna get better, and I'm gonna see the triggers of what turns people off. That's my number one idea, because my intent is something that you would actually that I long for. Okay, so it took a while, guys. I mean, depression. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not worthy. I should have did this. I should have did that and stuff. And something just hit me. I had seen a lot of commercials about these blockchain apps and everything. And I said, I can't afford that, right? I cannot afford it. I cannot afford it. That's not how you distribute when you on a budget. You want to keep what you need and invest into things that will help you level up. So I think that I got really upset about something, and I was telling people that was around me, because like people that don't, families that don't have money usually don't bring up that subject. It's statistically proven, right? So I always like, I want to be that person in my family that actually succeed. I'm not DMS, but hard pack with more mad greed. You feel me? But I want to just implement more on getting better at my lives. I do believe in synonym, antonyms, adjectives, and stuff like that. And I know it's kind of like, okay, my vision is going to come true. I've been skin deep going live for like an hour for like a month. I did only one live. And the reason why I talk about lives, guys, that's how you're going to get your watch hours. So I'm going towards 3,000. Hopefully I can reach that merit by maybe 6 to 9 months, hopefully. I do want to gain more experience with these social media platforms. It's very simple. The skeptic is, it's like they say, oh, you need to upload more. And then you say, I'm gonna upload more. Okay, but I need skits. Now you don't have to do what the other guys do. I started out, I didn't I was like looking, and I actually attended a meeting. That's why I tell you guys, if you would like to know more about what I do, definitely join me on Saturday at 3 o'clock. You will have to text so I can get your email and phone number. And then from there, it's very secure. You guys have my government name, which is Lucrecia Brown, right? If you follow me on my other YouTube channel, the Lincoln Coin Lab. But I want to give you guys a scale up of my vision about what I see on social media and the potential. And I want, sometimes when I give shout outs to other channels, sometimes that turn people away. But I want you guys to turn another chapter and level up, especially if I check out your channel and you have not started posting, guys. It's a great privilege to go from 0 subscribers, 0 views, to actually having a vision and implementing that vision, guys. So you're gonna see me a little bit more often and stuff. And depending on how the comments go, we can actually go from there. So I don't see anything coming in. That's kind of scary. I had did like up to like 3 lives on my other channel, and I didn't get any type of rude comments. I didn't get nobody comments, and 17 people typically was tuning in to my live, and I had thousands overall in a total, but 17 people at one time listening and not commenting is very scary. And in your mind you're like, what am I doing wrong? And you kind of display that insecurity. Well, they feel that they may drop off or something like that. And that's why I'm not, I'm okay. So but yeah, I don't deal like under 10 lives, and that's gonna increase my knowledge of how to be a host. You're basically hosting your own, I call it like a little miniature network. So but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get back into these coining. But I take the question out, like, if you show any inkling as a coin collector, no matter who you are, guys, people gonna instantly, and my audience is about 45 to 65 plus. And so when I first started my YouTube, I'm like, it's driving me insane. I think I was close to a heart attack trying to figure out how in the world these people are clicking these my videos, but necessarily when am I going to be able to go live, right? So you guys got my big nose ass there. It only took, because I started out with 5 channels and stuff like that, and I was like, man, you know how you do a pilot and stuff, like you really big meets Lori Anchor, right? But I started out like a pilot and stuff. I started like a pilot and stuff. I was like, wait, hold on, because y'all know In families that don't have no money, money is not the fucking subject. Nobody want to talk about your fucking ideas because they already deem it as fucked up, right? So, I feel like everybody feel like that black sheep, but I feel like it was driving me insane. Even though we ain't got that money, we don't know what to do. But let me voice how I feel about certain things so that I can level up, or we can all level up. And at that time, I was mad at a specific person because they wasn't following what I was actually doing. They close to me. They wasn't following what I was actually doing or taking my suggestions. Because if you have your essentials, guys, a computer, an actual cell phone is a luxury, guys, okay? So if you have little to nothing, find out ways you can actually get a computer. Keep a printer, guys. A printer at Walmart is only 60 something dollars, and get and stay with the instant ink, guys. I don't have really good pronunciation. I had to take speech class and stuff. So, but y'all get the drift and stuff. We just trying to hang on to what's hanging on to us. You feel me? Somebody, I don't know. I guess somebody created like a fake account. I had one like, but it truly, hey, I ain't gonna let this stuff I'm not gonna let this stuff discourage me from not getting the experience. Like I said, we won a trophy at my last job, guys. We won a trophy. I'm posting on 4 social media accounts. One is half time, like part time, and that's LinkedIn, because I create articles by using Google Docs. Obsessed with links. So what I do is kind of tweak. Always want to list your references if you want to make these articles public using Google Workspace, guys. Everything is going to be Google Workspace because I cannot allow um my budget to go over, and I can't afford 365, Microsoft 365. But I finally got a hold to actually using a spreadsheet, and I generated like over 3,000 leads over here in Texas. So if you do like 50 calls a day, that's about 2 months worth of work. um and then of course I have these pre-cut model labels. I showed you guys the skin in the game right here. And like I was saying, like, I'm working on removing my emotions from this, and that's where you start winning, when you remove your emotions and what you're doing and make your goals. I made a goal every day for 5 years. It drove me insane, guys, to try to see how. I knew it kept being in my heart. You ever try to get rid of something that was in your heart? It just keep coming in your heart, and it's like an anchor. It makes you not want to wake up in the morning. It makes you groggy. It makes you feel like a failure. And so that's what I was actually dealing with for 5 years. And I had been seeing the advertisement, like some of my videos. If you caught me on YouTube, you'll see where I'm in the woods, but I always would forget uh to record. And then I would see these channels. I didn't know the word stream means they're on live, right? So I was like, how to get all these views? What's making them? So I was going crazy about thumbnails and stuff. You can create a thumbnail for free in with the iPhone, and you can just edit the actual pictures. So if you see, I actually take pictures and then do like thumbnails the cheaper way, because the way that they're showing it mostly is going through each and every app. I'm already posting 5 to 10 times a day on 3 social media accounts, right? So why am I going to take it to the next level and use a non-blockchain management system? So, but yeah, I had very fun. We're gonna go ahead and get back to the coins, guys, and answer any questions in the comment. Thank the Lord, Riseman Confi. Hi, buddy. Hi, thank you for hanging in there with me. I don't think you still on here with me, but I think you hung around for a while. One moment. I'm doing like an actual test and stuff. I am going to do a test. I'm going to do a test. All right, there. So I'm back. Thank you guys for joining in. This is my first live, so I'm doing a little bit of miniature for I said miniature fertilization. Miniature party on this channel. I finally got 50 subscribers. Um so yeah, they unleashed the beast. But we got our first comment, guys, by Risman Confi. He said hi. Hi, what? He said, "Hi, motherfucker. You got some sheets to change." That's Lil Wayne, of course. What are you guys doing right now? I don't know why this age 13 keep coming to me. Age 13. Yes. That's the furniture you didn't want us sitting on or sleeping on. Wow, what's up? It's small. I know, but it let out though. Yeah, it actually let out. Wait, you said it didn't lay out? It's a bed house? Yeah, that's the cool part about it. Did you have fun? Oh yeah, a lot. Oh yeah, that's good. You got $40? Nah, my boy. These last $2. Yeah, I'm live. I finally reached 50 subscribers. You can show. This is what I'm gonna keep on going live until I master it. You wanna say hello? No. Oh. All right. All right, buddy. These last $2, I'm not gonna lose. These last $2, I'm not gonna lose. One going for my bus fare, the other one's for the jukebox to hear me some blues. A lady at the casino. All right, so we're gonna try to go back live on here and see what it's all about. Thank you, guys. Thank you for my one viewer. Thank you for my 2 viewers, guys. I don't know what's going on, but when I first went live on my other one, on my other channel, I finally reached that milestone. I was so relieved, and I got the concept. I got what they say, mastered it or something like that. I don't know, but yeah. A lady at the casino. She lost all her money. These last $2, I'm not gonna lose. Hey, I don't like long hair. I always do short hair. So I want to represent my channel. As you can see, I play around, but it's only gonna get better. And that's what I was talking about. Like so we talked about like residual income and stuff like that. And I seen that when I had 5 channels, when I was implementing 5 channels on 5 YouTube channels, because 5320, I think, but I was thinking them numbers. But anyways, I started out with like 5 channels and stuff, And I was actually going to say something. You'll see I actually forget a lot of things, but it circled back around. But yeah, thank you for the one view. I don't know what's making you hang around. Maybe you don't have nothing to do. Maybe you hop off. But thank you. Bill Carson 8246. I told you my other channel, my other lives be busting. So oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Like my first live on my other channel only got like 183. And then next thing you know, I went live again. I got like 2,000 views. Then I got 6,000 views, guys. So we definitely gonna be playing around. You definitely gonna see a lot of me. I talk about bullshit, you know, but I don't talk shit. I'm not a real shit talker because um, something that stuck with me is that my biological mother got killed when I was like only a couple of months old, and it kind of put a stigma on me for my life and stuff. So I don't want to seem like an invasive, but sometimes you never know. Sometimes a person can be hating on you, and you can be the sweetest heart, don't want no trouble. Probably got a little bit of, I want to help, but it's none of that adversity and nothing like that. I did apply to go on Love is Blind. So I sent over an actual video. I look like a miniature walrus. You feel me? But it was really fun. I don't have to add the words very to it. It was really nice to have that opportunity. I think I was listening to like Steve Harvey. So Steve Harvey started back in the day when it was Apollo, right? That was my first time I seen, and that was his first time actually hosting, first time doing that. And he talked about like how back in the day, we out here in DF Dub, Dallas Fort Worth area, and he talked about like how it was you have to send over a VHR tape to audition and stuff like that. You really didn't get the back office and run around like a chicken with his head cut off. You kind of just send in your VHR and follow up, right? Which we can still do today, but we got these actual uh LED phones, right? We got these the technology and stuff like that. It's not like back in the day. But one thing that inspired me, he was like that was his last straw. He only had enough money, so he tell a lot of testimonies and stuff like that. So I was like, hey, I got a phone, and some clicked in my head to say, see if you can upload. So the first thing I found was Love is Blind. I uploaded a video. They haven't got back with me. I think they're looking for a specific body type or a specific nose or something like that. Some of my insecurities just kind of tie in. I'm not going to lie. Look at that. But that's from a Wendy's burger, 2 teeth. So check it out. But I eventually will get put to sleep and get them fixed if I ever level up financially. But yeah, he was telling that story. And then another story, he was telling about how he was in trouble for taxes and stuff. And it's surprising that I don't know the difference between the tax preparation and a tax preparer and an actual CPA, because some tax preparers don't tell you you can actually save money if you're making a certain amount just by paying your children. That's something that's already in the household. So that was very interesting. Then we talked about Lincoln and stuff like that. um, but yeah, I try to have no blank moments. Mind you guys, I was the top professional um for 3 months. For 3 months, I held the top representative, guys. My calls was under 5 minutes, no callbacks, a straight up good survey, almost a straight 10, guys, and we won a trophy. They will make fun of me and be like, oh, ask her, and I would just meditate and meditate and meditate. I would even take work home. But one thing I don't believe, if I ever do get married, I don't believe taking my frustration, coming home and taking my frustration out on who's home. But that was a nice, interesting story. And we do talk about like testimonies and why can't they be your testimony? We talked about like SAG ACTRA, which is better when I first joined Facebook, this is no shade, no tea, but if you don't have the money up front, SAG aftra is where you want to go. You can work one union job, guys, before you have to pay that $3,000. But if you work one union job and you're not an extra, you got $3,000, and they actually find it for you instead of you running around with a chicken with his neck cut off, dealing with your emotions and not mastering them auditions, guys. So per se, we are in on 2025. You already have the experience, especially if you follow me on these social media platforms or subscribe. I can show you what I did that may work for you, especially if I check out your channel and you have little to no views, or you only have a certain amount of videos. We want to get that up, you guys. Marketing on social media is definitely the number one. If you making videos and you're not marketing something, you're doing it all wrong. You're gonna look back at that, because I was there, and you're gonna look back at your videos and be like, damn, I should have marketed something. Do not be afraid. They will not take you serious if you don't market something to people. I don't care if it's annoying, but emotionally step back and say that sometimes it's just something that people just don't need. Okay, they feel like it's don't need. But y'all gonna check out my journey and stuff, and then as a snowball starts to form, when I talk about that it's not a scam, multi-level marketing, those words alone mean that I'm marketing different avenues. I'm marketing in different ways, okay? So I don't believe you have to tie in. The CEO Myron Golden said that most of the time people may fail at doing social media, and it'll circle back around what supports why people fail at social media. I can't say is that you're not trying. I'm actually showing you how to get views and get live, and being able to go live, guys, which will boost your confidence. MLM is not a scam. Okay, you go to work. If you go to 9 to 5, no doubt, I retired early. I graduated school early, but I even graduated college and stuff like that. But at the same time, like that stigma, oh, MLM is a must. But you go into a 9 to 5 and answering to a supervisor or manager, right? It's the same thing, but this part you get to put your creativity in it. So I didn't miss this opportunity. My first MLM, I had this vision that I always want to do online marketing on a budget, right? And that's what we actually show on each of my channels, how to do online marketing on a budget. If you're making videos without marketing, I don't care if you cut hair or you half-ass know how to do braids, market that in your actual video. So I help a content creator go from 0 to 100, because you don't want to spend all your time editing when you first starting out on these social media platforms. We talked about blockchain apps and stuff like that, and Google is the number one search, guys. So Google products, services, I actually had an interview, but that's what you want to do. That's what you actually want to do, like pin interest. When people look up your name, we talked about sole proprietorship. People look up your name. If you're on eBay, use your real name to build your brand, because all that LLC, we're going to have a controller coming after your ass. And as a small business owner, you want to pay yourself first. And being a sole proprietor actually reminds you to do that. But an MLM is not a scam. So I first started with ACN. And when I started with ACN, I wanted to take that visual of online marketing. So I had my Facebook, I had my social media platforms like Facebook. And what I got was people would take my idea but not recognize it. So I'm in the setup because I created the seed phase. Happy whatever day it is. It's on the radios out here in DFW. I don't know if it's global, but I created the seed phase because of how Facebook or YouTube make me feel. And sometimes if you give advice in the comments or something like that, good advice or a question, you get cussed out. So I've been there, I've done that, and I think the easiest way to build an audience and know your audience is just starting small. You can go to your local banking facility, get these coins. What, 50 cents gets you 50 Lincoln coins, and upload them. You may get people to say are you going to feature what are you doing and stuff like that. That's all right. When you see my lives, it's going to be just about what you actually see on building your actual content, building your social media platform, guys. Because hey, with NSF, National Science Foundation, you're gonna get a lot of Bill Gates. I'm telling you, a lot of Bill. Oh my God, how was he able to develop this software for many users? I absolutely not. That is not a question anymore. I'm giving you the answer. If you have a resume and you're working as a team member, hey, guess what? An onboarding, they implement courses from universities that you can build a technical resume. Like I said, with a high school diploma, guys, you can actually build your resume to make over $100,000. You can get into the tech world, but that's not my style no more. I watch a loved one work over 20 to 30 years at one location for 20 to 30 years, and I wanted to implement that strength on my vision, on my goals, and that's social media. Typically when I mention other content creators, one person that actually motivates me that started and got out the trenches is Peach McIntyre. Now, this is not something like a reaction channel, but I do give credit to Myron Golden, Lil Wayne, and Peach McIntyre, because those who circulate around when I feel like that I need to be change up something. One little change can change your actual life, guys. So we're gonna go hard in the paint or whatever. So you may see more lives and stuff, and we're gonna get some more engagement. I have 2 viewers right now. I may have 0 in the next minute, but you guys are sticking in with me. And MLM say I got a free website. I got a customer relation management system. And my network went up for $1.2 million, guys. When you see net worth, that's including insurance coverage, okay? It's called insurance coverage. And we talk about also on my other channel about how to go towards a snowball, creating a snowball effect that will create that goes towards generating millions of dollars. So if you follow Myron Golden, actually he talks about when he was, the come up, and he talked about some topics that has actually pushed me forward. He used the biblical scriptures not to withhold and be scared to make money, and use that as an excuse and call rich people evil. But he take the Bible verses and say, "Hey, this is encouragement that God loves you, and it's okay to make money." He makes about 40,000 a month alone on the MLM, guys. So I started out with ACN, and I was a little bit skeptical. I retired early and stuff like that, and I was a little bit skeptical of how to implement that. And some opportunity came along, so I didn't go with ACN because I couldn't quite pinpoint how to implement social media and how I can post. I can't hire a full casting crew, okay, but it came to a close. And so now, if you follow me on Facebook, I wrote like a little tab right here on camera. It's like backwards, but I can turn the Camera around. It's Lucretia Brown, uh, the Lincoln Coin Lab, and we talk about like all the conspiracy. Now, I always say one mind, one heart, one body. That what calms me down. And so if I feel like that I'm creating anxiety on my lives, I may just do a countdown like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or we can count to 10. Okay? Because I would love to give you guys this information. We can't even forget about Tabitha Brown. She said it took her about 10 years playing around with these social media platforms. And technically it's going to be Google products. Okay? If I tell you Google products, Google Workspace, how to actually organize your email, one thing I knew about, I got fired, right, from a company because of my disability. And then I turned around and got hired on. Somehow these people found me. I thought it was a scam. They like, "Hey, can we speak to Lucretia Brown?" "Yeah, that's her." "Hey, you want to go take a drug test and you'll get hired." So that's my first time working for a technical group. and I thought it was a scam. And so I learned that that you don't have to spend money. And like I said, we won a trophy, but what it opened my eyes up to is that executives, okay, when you talk about corporate, you think about big money, but sometimes corporate means that you're making about 50, 60,000 something dollars, right? They talk about skeptics and stuff. But anyways, what the hiring manager said to me was, stop being shy, that's gonna hold you back. Then she put in a question like, what would you leave? Would you leave your cell phone, or would you leave this object at home? Of course, at that time I had an Android. I love, when people invent or reinvent products like the light bulb. It's a whole book on that. So you don't have to go from ground zero when you're dealing with NSF and trying to get the actual 306,000. Pay yourself first as a sole proprietor, nonprofit, all that stuff, all in one. And what she said was, and what I envisioned was that executives, okay, they, whatever company you with, top 10 companies, but you got to graduate from top universities. But what she said was, it will hold you back from being shy. Okay, so everybody end up getting hired and stuff like that, but I was scared because of the power it is that lies in checking your email, guys. Don't necessarily fall for the scams. They're gonna like send you stuff, about servers and processes and everything. So, but you'll get those emails and stuff. But I check my emails on a weekly basis. I mean, if I'm not deleting them, I'm responding to them. I'm making a way to market. You can make your own signature. So every time you email somebody, you actually marketing or something. It was a GoFundMe, but that link dropped off. But we got some more Cuban links that we want to add to there. And so I knew that one habit that they had was a must on the job was actually checking the emails. And that's where you get like the sponsorships, like an MLM. I'm a sponsor your actual video. I have that capability. So you'll see on my Facebook funnel, I have like the eBay. So we have these pre-cut model labels. I know they're backwards, but we have the pre-cut model labels, and then that's on eBay. That's a blockchain. So that means what anybody that hop on Google Chrome, or maybe even Google, but specifically Google Chrome, that product of Google, you're gonna find Lucretia Brown. So even in the hashtags on YouTube, start off with your actual biological name. One thing that I did notice, most of the time celebrities, we know their full name. We know different different locations where they own the property possibly, or whatever mix up it is in the back end, because we got royalties. If I ever get into making royalties or residuals or something in the music industry, I would want somebody to own part of my masters. That's where a Lord of London come in, and somebody actually owning part of your masters, not all of it, but part of it. So a situation like R. Kelly, that's where you want someone to actually own your masters, guys, so that Lord of London and all that network in between can actually help you out. And that's where those research hours come in as well. So I'm tracking my research hours, guys. So not only going to a university can be credibility. If you gain your doctrines or something, that's pretty fine. But research hours are just about the same as getting those credentials from a university. You only have to do one turn in order to be considered as a school. But that's part of my story. I may go back live. We didn't finish the actual points here, but I want to run a pilot of how people would react to me facing the camera. Um, and what comments would I get? What would they talk about? I think I posted this hairstyle a couple years ago. I just was like, I went to like this shop that I grew up. I know the lady and stuff like that. She watched me grow up. And so I went into the shop and I'm like, I want a new hairdo. And I want it to be short, right? Because everybody know that bobs gives. I done went through a stage of gluing and all that other stuff, but now I love braids in a bob. It's just something about them. You get that. Look at this. Don't mind it. I'm going to do my hair and I'm going to represent my actual channels. But you get this pull right here and put some vinegar. right? But you get that. You get that. That's what makes you sophisticated. Put it behind your ear, guys. When people do that, when women do that, it drives me up the wall. I don't know about man. And then since I am African American with our hair, I went through a trend. You can actually wash it every time you get in the shower, or you can have a protective style. So this is more like a protective style. This is one of my favorites, but I posted it on Facebook, and it was my new hairstyle. I made a video, and now you have a lot of people actually getting these short hairstyles with braids and stuff. And I just like this. This is a main part. You cannot do this with long extensions. Yes, these are extensions. They are braids and not locks, but you can't do that. Look at that action, guys. What does that say to you? If I do that in public, what does that say to you? Yes, it's given, right? So that's why I like short hairstyles. It's given. If I try to do that with long braids, it's not happening. You don't feel the same. So yes, that's what action you give. So I posted it, and now um, everybody's getting that actual bob, but people do it a different way and stuff. But I'm going to represent my actual channel uh and stuff. You'll see what I'm talking about, how I use different colors. Very simple. And I noticed that if you have to go to Caplet or whatever to edit, if you gotta go here, you gotta remember to go there. That's only more strain on you not reaching or recognizing your weakness to get that milestone over with. Okay, lives are everything and stuff like that. So but yeah, so that's a little bit of background. I can actually turn the camera around and show you guys more about what I do. Definitely hit that subscribe button, and we'll grow together. On my other channel, like I said, I've seen that the subscribers really didn't have any content, may have been discouraged. And it was many times I did think about, hey, why am I living? I'm not gonna lie, because that's how bad I wanted it. I'm not gonna cut nobody's throat. I'm not gonna kill myself, but mentally, that's what I was actually thinking of. Like, it's been 5 years. Why you only got 57 videos in 5 years? It's horrible, right? All right. And then of course you can catch that live. You catch that stream on Saturday at 3 o'clock. You can text 305-376-0840, and I'll get you all set up to attend how to actually learn about saving money, how to utilize money, and how to grow your money. Okay. But yeah, that's something that I noticed. I actually stayed up late at night, and I was like trolling. I was looking at all the subscribers that I actually obtained by doing these lives. That's where most of your subscriptions are going to come from. It's not going to come from the shorts. You may get the views, but you may not get the subscriptions. So it's still a low pool with the super niche. It's called a super niche. What I'm actually doing, I'm showing you guys maybe in the next 2 to 3 years what effect I will have on social media. And you may be like, you cocky. I don't know what thoughts you guys are having, because the only one that actually said hi was Rasmin. That's the only one that said hi. And you guys are not roasting me, but you guys are coming in 2 by 2, and you guys are great. I wouldn't give a damn if you actually roast me, because I'll recognize my actual weakness and stuff like that. But how I look is how I look. That's way beyond what I can control. I can't control some of my insecurities. So I did do a disclaimer about these bags. They're permanent. I done tried ever since I was 9 years old. They're actually permanent. Nothing is hereditary from my great grandmother. We don't look at the moles or freckles to get rid of. They kind of going all the way down, but we do talk about the teeth and the nose. Some I couldn't control. Sometimes I wish I was a little bit smaller and stuff like that to give off that vibe, but you wouldn't want nobody beating on you. You know, I think sometimes that smaller women get beat on more than larger women. That's my opinion. Smaller women get beat on more than larger women, and maybe women that's coming out of marriage actually get murdered uh, because they're so used to being in that with that one person. But but yeah, if you see my Facebook, guys, is Lucretia Brown, and you know the logo. and you guys would travel all around DF Dub. So the first reaction that I actually got when I started doing it on Facebook, because you want to post, and that's why I said if you gotta have to go outside of YouTube to make your thumbnail and use all these different apps, you're gonna wear yourself out. So the easiest way to start off is just simply going in, creating these 15-second videos and creating a bum ass motherfucking title with ChatGPT. That's what it's all about. AI and SEO driven. Those the top keywords are gonna be YouTube, TikTok, um, Google. Okay, so you don't want to use that right off. You want to just have Chat GPT learn you. Okay, that's what we're looking for. We want Chat GPT to say, if I say 100 characters, they know I'm talking about creating a title for YouTube, right? Okay. Also, you can create images. It's millions. It's like 1 point some million. It's gonna be so many people using Chat GPT. So that's the number one secret. It's not what you post. Just like this video, I probably could have made it a long time ago. Me on camera and stuff like that. Don't need a casting crew, but those coins actually broke the ice for me. But yeah, use Chat GPT and say the extremely ultimate high keywords. Those are the words you want to use in Chat GPT to get those titles up and running. And once you start getting the views, it's actually, it may be a deception. Do you need to be on camera or be off camera to give this message, these PSAs? But yeah, so focus on Chat GPT. um get those titles together. It's 100 characters including spaces, believe me. Okay, I don't have to really edit outside of these social media platforms except but making or creating a thumbnail. So creating a thumbnail is very simple. You screenshot, you crop, you edit, you put a text. You say you want to do a text, and you can say rare coins worth millions, or why me? Why is this a joke? You want to use Chat GPT to get a good title, guys. So you don't even have to say very, just say imperative. That's imperative. Your title is everything. Now with TikTok, it's all AI SEO, but you're not going to get found on Google Chrome or Google services if you have a TikTok or something that's not of Google services, guys. 90% worldwide people are using Google, so that's why I chose to do sole proprietorship and things we pretty much went over. So we've been on the live for a little bit over an hour. This is our first live. Thank you for the one person that is attending this live and letting me see that. Now I do be calling. Now I call them like demons because I'm a demon myself. The dumb shall speak, but I call it that way because you hiding behind and not actually clicking go live. But this is my first video on this channel, my first live, and so that may be what it is. And then people are at work and stuff, but Saturday, once you start going live on Saturday, oh my gosh, you're gonna get so many views, guys. So many views. It's so worth it. I don't know who took the like away. I guess they built a fake account and then took the like away. But yeah, and I do be exercising and stuff like that, and I change the way I eat, but I think it's hereditary, to be honest with you. It's hereditary. So ain't no roasting me in the comments, lose some weight. You talk about my great granny, bruh. How you gonna do that? You better get the hell off my life. Shit, talking about lose weight, nigga. How many times you think fat bitches don't try to lose weight? Yes, we do. You think I haven't tried to get rid of these damn things? Yes, I have. It's just hereditary, you know? So some dumb shit. And get the hell off my damn lie. I wasn't there. But um this is going to complete the live. We're going to go ahead and close out. We still have some coins, but we're going to go back at it and see if I get different results. So definitely peace. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more.